class, we will be using a towel for a rest pose, and I will be using blocks underneath my feet to raise the floor up. Let's begin. Find a comfortable seat. Place one hand on the navel, one hand over the heart. And we're going to take 3 breaths here and think of our intention for the day. Pick a word, any word that you would like to bring into your practice or into your day today. So 3 breaths at your own pace. Inhale to begin, and come up with that word and meditate on that for 3 breaths. All right, now let's move into box breathing. Today we'll practice box breathing. It's a 4-part breath. First is to inhale for 4 counts, then hold the breath for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and hold the breath out for 4 counts. I will be using my fingers to show the counts. Begin by inhaling for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold for 4. Inhale. So that was 1 box breath. Let's do that 3 times. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last one. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Return to breathing normally. Let's begin with some stretches. Make a basket with the hands and place on the back of the neck. Without putting too much pressure on the head from the hands, tuck the chin down to the chest. I've got sciatica, so my leg has to move. Tuck the chin diagonally. Diagonally the other direction. Leaving the hands where they are, bring the head back to center, and let's begin our side stretch by bringing that right elbow up overhead, really opening up the ribs on the right side and contracting the ribs on the left. Inhale into the open ribs and feel them expand a little more. Come back up to center and continue through to the other side. Expanding the ribs on the left and contracting on the right. Inhale into the open ribs. And back to center. Start floating the arms up to shoulder level, one at a time. Raise them up a little higher. And up until The arms are parallel to the ears. As we continue, start to raise the opposite toes. Once more on each side. Now begin to rock the body side to side, loosening up the hips. Continue through to body circles. Four on each side. Next direction. Working down the body, we need to scoot forward for more leg mobility. Come to windshield wiper with the legs. Scoot back slightly and into butterflies. Scoot back on the seat, and we'll do our Kundalini moves. So, okay hands, arms out to the sides, and bring the arms together and push the arms back. When your arms are back, push the shoulder blades together, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let's bring the neck movements in. And start to incorporate a greater movement in the spine. Let's do 4 more. And now let's work on posture. So same thing as before, but we're just going to be doing the pushing back and squeezing the shoulder blades movement. So push the arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. They should be down your back and squeeze together. Hold. Remember to breathe. And release. Shake the arms out. Let's bring the arms out to the side and do some shoulder rotations. One shoulder forward, the other shoulder back. All right, let's do our Kundalini twist. Back to okay hands, this familiar arm position, and begin to twist. At your own pace. Let's incorporate the breath into the movement, breathing in through the nose when you go to the left, out through the mouth when you go to the right, like this. Let's do 4 more. And rest. Let's move into our rest pose. Take the towel, wrap it around the neck, hold on to the ends of the towel, lean back in the chair, and just hold enough tension in the towel to create a comfortable rest position for the neck. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. and exhale. Replace the towel and come to the side of the chair for sun salutations. Hanging onto the chair if needed, or interlock the thumbs, stretch the arms out, up, and back slightly, just creating a slight upper back bend and looking up towards the ceiling. Scoot the hips back slightly and hinge forward with a flat back. Come forward just until the palms of the hand can reach on the chair. Stay here or come down to forearms for forward fold. Press back into the palms. Take one step back with each leg into downward dog. Here you can play with this downward dog position to see if you're more comfortable in this plank-like position or pushing back into this position or anywhere in between that feels good to you. Then step back up to the chair, staying here or coming down to forearms for forward fold. Press into the palms, bend the knees slightly, come up to standing. Interlock the thumbs, stretch them out, up and back. And bring the hands together at the center of the chest for prayer position. And then release the arms down to the side. We'll do that 2 more times. Interlock the thumbs, stretch them out, up and back. Scoot the hips slightly backwards, hinge forward until the hands are resting on the seat of the chair. Come down to forearms for forward fold. Press into the palms and take a step back with each foot into downward dog. Step up to the chair, staying here or coming down to forearms. Come back to palms into the chair. Bend the knees slightly, come up to standing, reaching the arms out, up and back. Then bring the palms together in front of the chest and release the arms. One final round. We'll go a little quicker this time. Stretch the arms out, up and back. Hinge forward from the hips, come down to palms on the chair and into forearms. Press back into the palms of the hands and take a step back with each foot into downward dog. Find the angle that works best for you. Take one breath. And step back up to the chair, coming into forward fold. Press into the palms, bend the knees, come up to standing, reach the arms out, up and back, and then bring the hands together in the center of the chest for Anjali Mudra, which just means prayer hands. It actually means angel hands. And bring the arms down. Let's move into our standing sequence. With one hand on the chair, take a step back and open up the hips so we have a 90-degree angle with the feet. Keeping the hand on the chair, or if your balance is good today, bring the arms out in a plane with the body, and the legs can stay like this, or you can take a bend in the front leg for warrior two. Choose whatever fits your body today. Standing like this with a lunge, or hanging onto the chair. See if that helps support the lunge. The gaze is out over the front fingers. And straighten the leg. I'm going to take a step back to the chair. Shift the weight forward and bring the hand down onto the seat of the chair, reaching the other arm up overhead. If this is available to you, turn the head to look up over the raised hand. Then extend that raised arm up overhead just until the arm is in line with the ear. Remember to breathe. Continue to reach through until you have both palms on the chair. Take a step up to the chair and one step back with each leg into downward dog. From here, we move into three-legged dog by raising one leg at a time. This time, let's raise our leg with pointed toes pointing backwards. If this is too intense, simply bend from the knee and point the toes back. One more time with each foot. And then step up to the chair in a wide-legged stance and stay here or come down to forearms into prasarita. I'm going to face the front to show the leg positioning and then the bend. Then push into the palms, bring the legs back together, and come up to standing. Now let's work on half locust pose. Hanging onto the chair for support, shift the weight onto the left leg and raise the right leg behind you, pointing the toes. Back to center. And let's do that again. Back to center. This time we will lift the opposite arm just until it's in line with the ears, straight up overhead. And now again, hold the leg back, point the toes, and back to center. We'll do that one more time. Now if you're feeling a crunch in the lower back, when we try it again, try to expand the ribs out to the side, which will help alleviate some pressure from the low back. So let's try one more time. Let's raise the opposite arm up, shift the weight onto the left, and raise the right leg back, pointing the toes, and expand the ribs and see if that puts a little less pressure on the low back. Let's do one breath here. And release. Now let's work the other side a little bit. With the weight on the right foot, let's lift up the left and move the knee out into tree. There are many foot positions for tree. You can do a kickstand with the toes on the ground, with the leg out and the heel just resting against the extended leg. Or you can move it to the calf. Never put weight against the knee. Don't do this, it will injure you. Another option is to take hold of the leg, place it on the upper thigh, and then my pants are too slippery to hold this one. I would have to hold it into this position. If I had non-slippery pants on, I could press my extended thigh and foot together using both leg muscles to help maintain this position. Today, I will choose this position, holding onto the chair for support. Now let's play with some leg angles here, doing some windshield wipers with our tree pose. You can also play with hand positions. You can bring one arm up overhead, straight overhead, into the center, or just at the hip, wherever you like today. And bring the leg down. Shake the legs out. And now let's do the same thing on the other side. Beginning with warrior two, take a step back till our legs are in this 90-degree position. Hanging onto the chair, bring the arms up into this plane, and then you can keep the legs here, or you can come into that forward lunge. Breathe. Straighten the front leg and shift the body forward and bring that palm down. I have to shift my feet slightly to be in a good position, and then extend the arm up overhead. You can stay here. You can do a slight bend in the knee or keep the legs straight. Traditionally, the legs stay straight, and turn the head to look up towards that arm overhead. If this does not feel good, put the gaze anywhere that does feel good. Then extend the elevated arm out overhead until the arms are in line with the ears. Then continue bringing that arm forward until you have both palms in the chair and step up to the chair. Then take one step back for downward dog. Once again, find any position that works for you and begin with those leg lifts. Remember to point the toes this time. You can always take this option to just bend the knee. Let's do it once more on each side. Nice and slow. Then step up to the chair in a wide leg stance. Stay here or come down to forearms for Prasarita. Let's take 3 breaths here. Press back into the palms, bring the legs together, and come up to standing. And now let's work on half locust on the other side. Hanging onto the chair for support. Shift the weight into the right leg and bring the left leg back, pointing the toe behind you. Back to center and do it again. Now let's do it with the arm extended. Back to center. Let's do it again. Back to center. Let's do it one more time. Hold it for a little bit longer. And remember to expand the ribs if you're feeling a little bit of crunch in the lower back. Raise the arm and extend the left leg back. Inhale into the ribs, opening them out to the side. And back to center. Now let's work on tree. Hanging onto the chair for stability. Open up that right leg this time. Find your leg position. Either kickstand, up on the calf, or up onto the thigh, whichever is available to you today. Again, I'm going to stick with the calf. Breathe here. And let's begin to windshield wiper that leg, working on some hip mobility. If you spend a lot of time sitting in a chair for an office job, you might find that the hips are a little tight. This is a great exercise for that. Last one, leave the leg out and find whichever arm position works for you. I'll do a circle arm on the top this time. Let's do a breath here. Let's do one more breath. This time as you inhale, extend the spine upwards. Feel your height and exhale. All right, let's come to a seated position in the chair and take a rest. Bring the towel behind the head, sit back in the chair, and let's take 2 breaths here. Inhale. One more. All right, I'm going to toss the towel aside and let's work on our leg strengthening. First, we'll do some tiptoes. Press the toes into the ground or the blocks and lift the heels. Let's do 2 more. There we go. I'm going to scoot a little bit back. And let's work on one leg at a time this time. So raise the right leg up, hold it there, and do some flappy feet. Flex and extend the foot. And bring it down. Let's do it again on the right side. Flappy feet, up and down. One more time, flapping them up and back down. Now extend the arms out in front, lift the leg, circle the ankle. Lower, keep circling the ankle as you raise and lower that leg. One more time. And once it's there, you can stop circling the ankle and take a hold of the thigh with both hands and hold that leg out, extend through the heel. Got sciatica going on in this one, so I'm going to move it around to the side. And breathe. One more breath, really fire through the muscles of the leg. And release. Shake that leg out. It helps me sometimes to do some gentle slaps on the leg to help the muscle relax. All right, let's do the same thing on the left. Well, first we'll begin with more tiptoeing. Do our tiptoes again. One more. Lift the left leg and flap the feet. This is my one I had a surgery on when I was a kid, and it will not go straight up and down. Okay, lower the leg, but keep flapping and bring it back up again. Lower and raise. All right, bring the legs down and the arms out. Raise the foot and do some circles. Lower, keep doing circles. Raise and lower the foot, continuing to do circles the whole time. One last time. And when you've got it up, take a hold of that thigh and hold the leg out, pushing through the heel, firing through the muscles of that leg. Inhale. Let's take one more breath. And relax. Let's come into our twist. Come to the side of the chair and raise one arm up and reach back and take hold of the side of the chair and sweep the other arm across to grab the chair as well and pull yourself into a twist. Keeping the spine relatively straight. Continue the twist by looking over the shoulder, which continues the twist through the neck. We'll take 3 breaths here at your own pace. Inhale. Unwind and come around to the other side of the chair. Bring the arm up overhead and behind and take a hand on the chair. Sweep the other arm across until you've got a good handle on the chair and pull yourself into the twist. Once again, looking over that shoulder to get a full twist through the whole spine. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale to begin. If the shoulders are creeping up towards the ears, gently bring them back down. Final breath. And unwind. Come back to the front. Let's revisit our box breathing, and while we're doing so, remember the intention you set at the beginning and focus on bringing that intention into your day with you today. Begin by inhaling for 4. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Final one. Inhale. hold, exhale, hold. Then return to breath as normal. Have a great day.